Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's the Raiders going up against the Patriots. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Oakland Raiders and the New England Patriots. They come up in an offset eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he stopped immediately there. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, and for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
Throwing his car on third down. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Patriots take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on second down and 3.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! 3-19!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. A host of Raiders in on the tackle. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down.
Hurry up, here we go!
out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
All in the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And to give this time to the tailback. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity to...
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. And the tight end goes in motion left. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. Now Carr. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Carr now on 1st down. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the ball is knocked out. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Carr to throw on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the outside. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. And don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now Carr throwing on second down. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Patriots offense, they worked their way back out onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it?
Now let's go. Blue, land it. Blue, watch it now, Barney.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Second down now after the incompletion. They'll come out in the pistol.
Green 39.
91 is the mic. You ain't going nowhere.
Over. All right, here we go. Green
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That was a nice run, a nice game there as they head towards the 2-minute warning.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, here we go.
Back to throw here. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to about the 30. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Hey, we go rally! Rally!
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
He's got time in the pocket. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So now it's 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in. And now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
2nd and goal from the 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Now Parkey for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Patriots coming out now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So the defensive holding penalty here, Charles.
You get outside of 5 yards downfield and you get grabby with an offensive player, the flag will come out every time.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Here we go now. Blue landing. Blue landing. Over.
They'll throw now on the final play. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Play clock winding down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made.
Green, 39. No, Jack, Patriot.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. And he motions the wide receiver. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And some room to maneuver. Cut back, left sideline. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
This will be caught at about the 6. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derrick Henry, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a third down. Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense.
Here we go now.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered. And then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
All right, here we go. All right, now look at 56. No, check, Patriot.
Now a play fake here on first down. Finding time, and that's incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Second down following the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started. A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Surveying the field. He's going to fire one, and this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space?
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Their big tight end. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. And a great example there of just getting the feet in a tough spot. It seems like every year these guys get better at this.
Well, I think the drills get better that they work on, training camp, off-season work, OTAs. But also a lot of these guys have dance backgrounds, ballet backgrounds, and they take that and carry it over to the football field.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. They come out here in the eye. A handoff as they run the counter play. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. He's got time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback. And still try and cover downfield.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Back now in Foxborough. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Their big tight end. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now Parkey for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They come up at an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. And the play clock's running down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
All right, here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got a man. Complete. A big play there for the Patriots. 33 yards.
We know it's tough enough to pick up 1st downs on 3rd down plays. But when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. To throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
Now let's go. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. No. Why now? Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
So the chain gang now done for the drive. Ball on the 10, 1st and goal. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guy.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Their big-bodied receiver from 6 yards away. And the Patriots get a score closer. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field. And
that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So out come the Raiders. And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
To throw, it's Carr. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And Patriots. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. 10 yards still left on second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Big play there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room to work. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Single.
out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
It'll be a gain of 4. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted,
and this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
And, Charles, in this situation, this is where the word miracle comes into play.
Have to score real fast, maybe throw a jump ball in the end zone and hope for the best.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that is incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding time. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Only 1 timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have 1 timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. We ready? Wide and yay. Wide and yay. Check. Watch 54.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for an Oakland first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Raiders, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, it is a disappointing end to their hopes for a perfect season as they finish so close at 15-1. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. And with that, we say so long from Foxborough.